And the executor's job is similar, right? Worst, hardest day. It's the worst, hardest day. Mom's gone, or dad's gone, or there's a loss. Who do you want to be in charge of distributing your assets for the benefit of the people you love the most, right? You got 3 kids, right? Who's your first round draft pick? For most people, it's their spouse, right? For most people, it's their spouse. And spouse is beneficiary number 1, right? In a will situation. So your executor is the person who is in charge. They execute your wishes and desires with regard to your property distribution, your final wishes, how you want to be buried, how your burial will be paid for, whatever your final ceremony is. Trustee, very similar, right? Somebody you have the highest level of trust in. Your sister, your brother, your mom, dad, if they're young enough, right? And then, how many of them do you need? Well, usually it's husband and wife. Husband and wife, trustee number 1. If it's wife's trust for the benefit of husband and the minor children, husband will be trustee number 1, vice versa. Husband's trust for the benefit of wife and minor children, what have you, right? Executors often work the same way. Don't overthink it. Doesn't have to be that complicated. Spouse to spouse, right? First beneficiary is the surviving spouse. Second beneficiaries are minor kids if the kids are grown. First beneficiary is surviving spouse, and then grown kids, or if there's grandkids who have needs, whatever that may be. Who do you want to be in charge of that? First, second round draft pick. Sometimes it's wise, especially as we get advanced in years, to have a third round draft pick, right? First pick for trustee is my cousin Fred. Second pick is my sister, even though she's the same age as me or just within a year or two of me. That may not be great because declining health, things like that, and then a third pick, somebody preferably younger who you hold in high trust, right? The highest level of trust. That's the duty owed to the beneficiaries and the court and the person who named them trustee or executor. The highest level of good faith, fair dealing, and trust. They are a fiduciary. That's a fancy Latin, French word that means highest level of good faith and fair dealing. Complicated words, but very straightforward and simple concepts when broken down. That's the whole point of this video series, to make this less troubling, more understandable. I appreciate you watching. I hope that you find it informative and helpful and breaking down these key concepts so you can list out your first, second, third draft picks in these situations. When your family's there on that worst, hardest day, they're in good hands because you've put somebody that you have the highest level. Not an average level, not I feel pretty good about that. I feel pretty good about cousin Fred. Not that, highest level of good faith and fair dealing. They'll do that job. But that's your first, second, third draft pick for trustee or executor, right? And that's what those terms mean, right? They distribute the assets of the trust, right, back to that, right? That life insurance policy gets poured into the trust for the benefit of the minor kids who survived the accident that took the parent away, right? God forbid that ever happens. That's the whole purpose of this, though, so that there's a plan so that you're in charge, right? Take control of these unknown situations. But you need to understand what those words mean so you can take that control. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Ask me any questions or comments. More to come. Questions or comments, chat at ashmorelawfirm.com. Chat at ashmorelawfirm.com.